Welcome to the climb.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right.
What's up, guys?
Hi, I'm Jen, and I have no idea what I'm doing. We've covered that in a few episodes. Today, I'm going to sit down with my son, Danny, and we're going to talk about his perspective and see how things are going. You saw his video, or maybe you didn't, but there is a video that he recorded, and he talks about the day that his dad died and what it was like for him. I have to be honest. It was hard for me to watch.
I figured it was going to be.
Yeah, you did a really good job. What was fascinating was, and you're on the climb, life after loss. Should have started with that. So sorry. And thank you for joining us. Yeah, so as I watched it, our perspective, it's the same, right? Like there are things that are the same. We have the same story, but your perspective is obviously different. You would have seen from the video that he recorded, he talked about his dad and the day his dad died and the following days and what it was like for him. And so now I want to talk to him, and he does not know what I'm going to ask him.
No idea.
But there are questions that I have, and you're doing this of your free
Voluntarily.
will,
Yep.
right?
I want to do this.
Yes. Okay. Part of your healing?
100%.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. Danny, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? You don't have to go into great detail. Yep. You're 19 years old. We don't have to go back to the start or whatever, but what would you want us to know about you?
So, 19 years old, wasn't supposed to walk or talk or anything, got bullied for it, went through a lot of perseverance, I would say, all throughout school, finally graduated, and then I'm going to be starting a union job in the next few days, actually, as we record this. So...
Okay, he really skipped over things.
I glossed it, you know?
He is a twin. He was born at 34 weeks and 5 days. His twin is a sister, and you'll hear from her on another episode.
She is 2 minutes older than me.
And Danny was born actually not alive. So they had to save his life. He was blue when he came out. He wasn't crying. And I remember I was having a C-section, and I said to Mark, what's happening? And he like had to hold back tears. And he said, he's beautiful, Jen. He's beautiful. And I was like, but I don't hear him. Why don't I hear him? And then he cried. And then I was like, oh, there he is. And I had no idea what Mark had to witness. So I guess he got us back.
Definitely, yeah.
Right?
Yes, he did.
Sorry, my dark humor.
My God. He was like, revenge. Revenge. He wanted revenge. He got the last laugh.
Oh my gosh, he's so competitive. He won.
He got the last laugh.
What an ass. Yeah. So then at 2 weeks old, we were told that Danny had a fever, and only two things caused the fever: an infection or a brain bleed. He didn't have an infection, so he had a grade 4 brain bleed, and we were told that he would never meet any milestones, but that he would speak. So a lovely nurse, Maureen, told me that these are some of the best doctors that there are, but they are not fortune tellers. So she said, go take a minute for yourself, pull yourself together, and come back and love your child. And that's what we did. And Danny then began sitting up, rolling over. I don't even think he walked. I think he just ran. He was my wild child. But what did not come was speech. And he was diagnosed with childhood apraxia of speech, which requires intensive speech therapy. He knew what he wanted to say, but he couldn't get the muscles in his jaw, his mouth, teeth, tongue,
Everything,
everything to work
everything.
together. And so, incredible amounts of speech therapy. Thank you, Lindsay. Appreciate you.
Huge shout out. Wouldn't be sitting here doing this interview without you.
Yep.
So
Lindsay. Woo. Okay. So as Danny mentioned, he couldn't speak. He liked to dress differently. He liked to dress in suits,
liking that is an
ties,
understatement.
fedora. He carried a briefcase. So he got picked on at a young age. There was a whole story about it. Yeah, he was on ESPN. He was on the Ellen Show. He was on Fox and Friends. I could go on. He was in Women's Day magazine. He was on Good Morning America. And when I say he, I mean I was too.
Hashtag translator. Like.
Yeah. So we did the circuit, right?
We did almost everything, I think. Like anything and above.
But besides all of that, what I admired most about you was, your perseverance and your determination and grit. He was gritty. I remember in first grade, you couldn't do the first 100 sight words, and your teachers were like, Mrs. Keith, he cannot read his first 100 sight words. And I go, he's working on his speech. He can't do both at the same time. So we're going to focus on speech. And you know what? Eventually he'll read. I don't care if he's in college just learning to read. We are focusing on speech because that's the most important thing right now. But Danny decided, he can't tell me what I'm not going to do or can't do. So he put a chapter book in his bag, and he was determined by the end of first grade, he would read a chapter out of the chapter book. And he did it. He did it. So he has been fighting his whole life, his whole entire life. This child has been fighting. And he just graduated high school.
Oh, yeah. Graduated high school with a electrical diploma and a high school diploma.
And Mark and I, proud is an understatement. I mean, this kid, he could just do it all. And he amazed us all the time. But it was his determination. I mean, he was determined to do things. So I admired that about you, is that you never gave up. You could have given up. You could have.
Countless of times.
Yeah. And you would get frustrated. How do you not?
I mean, how do you not? If you know exactly what you want to say and how you say it, and it would take hours to say the simplest thing, like, I want a bottle of water, would take hours just to say just that.
Yeah.
For people to understand it.
And even then, you couldn't really say it.
No.
So I would say probably, 11 years old?
11 or 12, I would say, yeah. So up until 7, 8 years ago.
It progressed. Like,
slowly.
We could understand you more and more. But, yeah. Like, when you walked across that stage, I looked at your siblings, and I was like, you guys are special, but Danny is, like, special. Like, he has worked his whole life for this. And it was just really awesome to see that, especially after
this year,
the 10 months that we have had.
Yeah.
Okay.
100% agree with that.
So do you think we covered a little bit about you?
I think we covered everything, yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Let's hear it.
If I were to ask you to describe Dad in 3 words, what would they be?
First thing what came to mind, and I think you can agree with this, is prankster. Prankster, funny, whichever one. Number 2 would probably be understanding, just because anytime you talk to him, it was always a genuine conversation. It was never he was never someone who would try to think of what he wants to say. He would first listen to you, try and see where you're coming from about anything, even if it's as simple as a lacrosse move or anything. He would want to listen and then see if there's a way that you could kind of improve it, even if it's the smallest thing.
All right, so prankster, understanding,
and hardworking. Oh my God.
Yeah.
We found out over the last 10 months what runs this house, and we're still figuring it out as
Oh
we
my
go.
gosh.
As
I'm
we
so
go.
sorry, Mark. I'm so sorry. I didn't give you enough credit. I'm so sorry, baby.
Oh man, as we're doing everything around here, we finally realized, like, I would always see him just mowing the lawn, walking in the pool, doing everything after what, like 8, 9 hours over on Nantucket and stuff, drives home just to do stuff like that. And it's like, oh, he just likes to stay busy. In reality, holy crap.
This house takes a lot to run.
It takes an army, and
He was the army. He was the
he
one.
was-
Wait. A one-man wolf pack. And then there were two. And then there were two in the wolf pack. Sorry. That's a little movie humor.
That was a good one.
One-man wolf pack.
Oh,
Okay.
that was a good one.
Oh my gosh. So, all right. So you touched on your relationship with your dad a little bit in your video, but I don't know that it truly does it justice.
It does not.
It did not.
It does not.
So, again, without going into an hours long, here's my relationship with my dad, because we could totally do that.
100%.
Why don't you sum it up for us? Just how you two would interact.
So, at a young age, I always loved working with my hands. I've always loved doing that, and he was such a great teacher, which that would probably be the fourth word I would have to say about him, is just the teaching aspect.
Great mentor, great coach.
Best teacher or coach you could ever have. And his job was not a teacher. But he did a really good job. Like, I would come home from school, and if he was leaf blowing the leaves, I would grab a second leaf blower and start to leaf blow even a week. Anything to just help him out, work with my hands, and just be with him. And then for the last, I would say, 7 or maybe 8 years, every day he would come home from work Monday through Friday, and I'd be like, hey dad, like, how was work? Like, where did you go? And he would be like, oh, Curry Cottage, this was this issue. And he wouldn't just say like work was good. He would go into depth about everything, even if it was 3 p.m. or at midnight. It did not matter. And if I didn't understand what he was talking about, which plenty of times that happened, he would make sure I would understand it by writing on the back of a pizza box, countless of night times, or after I didn't understand it multiple times on the pizza box, I would go into your office, grab some papers, and then he would show it out for me no matter how long it took. And then we would do sports together, 5 years of hockey or so, which we really bonded over. Yeah. But our main bond would have been elevators, I think, by a mile. Yeah. Like, we both loved talking about it. Like, that was essentially my job for a whole summer, I think, where I wasn't working. I had one job. I wasn't a fan of it for a month. For the last 2 months of summer, almost Monday through Friday or 4 days a week, I would go into work with him every single day. And then we would start off the day by either taking a selfie in the van or taking it when we went to the job site. And it was to the point where I could almost call BSU and Curry Cottage home, essentially, and then a few places in Cohasset. Yeah. And then he would play a game with me, which was I would be at work. And I think I told you this, I don't know, but I would be at work on a random day when I was on co-op junior year, and our tradition at job sites was I would write my name and date on the inside of the elevator. So he would take a picture of it, no context or anything, and it just says, where am I? What was it this day? And I have to go into detail with him over text on, this is BSU, this was what's wrong with it, we were with so-and-so that day, just off of memory because of how much I enjoyed it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, he had a passion for his job, and he loved that you had a passion for the work as well. And I mean, he'd come home and tell me about elevators. I know some stuff, but I clearly wasn't as interested as Daniel was. So I would say, your bond over that.
Just that alone, I could talk about for hours.
Yes. So you guys had a pretty tight bond.
Yes.
And, the other thing too was our house got smaller, right? I have 4 children. It's me and Mark, so it was party of 6. We're always party of 6. And then one of my sons goes off to the Marines, another son goes off to school. So then it's left with four of us, right? And, you know, Em's busy at school and with her lacrosse and her stuff, but you just had a passion for using your hands. And so, I mean, even from a young age, you were outside helping dad with yard work. Thank goodness, because it has saved me over the last 10 months. My gosh. My hero. My hero.
I mean, I'm sure both of you gifted this, but I think it was more dad's idea when I was like 6 years old, 5 or 6 years old is when I got my first set of tools and everything,
Right.
like my first toolbox. And I still have those tools to this day in the same toolbox, but it was just like loved it. Like anytime we could do a project, and we always had projects going on. It was always just let's figure out what project we want to do next as we're still doing the same projects. Or like 10 o'clock at night, we'll go in the basement and he would explain how a water heater works, which I mean, I don't think a lot of like 11-year-old kids really care about how a water heater works.
All right. Can we transition into the day everything changed?
Let's do it.
All right. So, as I mentioned, two of my children were out of the house. You talk about in the video hearing that blood curdling scream, which I
just got goosebumps.
Yeah. I mean, my body, I've said this in other videos. I mean, my nervous system's on fire.
Walking all the time.
When there's any loud noise that I'm not expecting, my body goes into some sort of like shock, and I cry, and so we're not just
for 1 second.
Yeah.
For the people who are watching this, it's you've always said this. It's not a sign of weakness when you cry. It's a sign of strength, because it means you have to open yourself up. So if you're ever I know I have friends who've experienced similar loss, and they might be on a job site and they feel like they can't cry because it's a ton of guys and stuff, but it's a sign of strength. It's okay to cry. It's okay to open up. I just wanted to say that because I mean, you've said that at a young age. No, I haven't heard a lot of people say that. And I just want to say it's okay to cry. So sorry to interrupt, but continue.
No, it's okay. Glad you took something that I did. It's always about Mark. Jesus, he has to die and he gets all the air coverage.
He takes the spotlight, like, oh.
It's all about Mark. All right, so back to that day. We hear the blood-curdling scream. And, I mean, I remember him on the couch, you right behind me. I'm pounding his chest saying, "Don't do this to me, Mark." I actually don't remember. Emily told me, but
yeah, that's what you were saying.
And then I remember you just pushed me out of the way, like literally pushed me. You pick him up, put him on the ground, and start doing CPR. And then I sat at his head, and it was interesting listening to your video because I saw the same thing with his eyes and his mouth, like tracking towards us, like. He was still there.
He was still fighting.
At that time. Like, he was fighting. He was letting us know he was still there.
So it's funny. So for me, what I remember from that day is I don't even remember you being by his head from my standpoint, because of how focused I was on just doing that. Because when I went into the room, I didn't know what was happening. I remember, I don't know if you remember right instantly, but his chest was just different right away. Like, not significantly, but it was a little bit more, and the more you do CPR, the bigger it gets because the air can't really get out. But yeah, continue.
By the end, my gosh.
Yeah, completely different. That was one that I think I
you did.
Okay, yeah.
You definitely talked about it. Okay, so has this experience changed you?
That's a good question.
Take your time.
It's okay. So what I've learned is it's okay to take a step back and not just suck it up and to do something. Like, I was always like, okay, like in school, for an example, I knew I might have missing assignments from during COVID, and I knew I wouldn't want to do it, but I knew, okay, I have to do it. when he died, I physically couldn't focus on anything. So my teachers were telling me I had to do it, but I couldn't. As much as I wanted to, not from the work standpoint, just because of some of the connections I made with the teachers over the years. Didn't want to let them down, but I couldn't. Couldn't. Kind of making like kind of not stepping up, but like if the dishwasher has to be unloaded, like not just look at it and then walk away and stuff. What like sometimes we used to do, or like, oh, like this has to get done, but oh, hey, like.
Well, actually, when it's just you and I, we don't use the dishwasher.
No, we don't. We hand wash, but now it's recently. It's like, oh man, I'm not used to this. Like,
I know.
or like sometimes I'm just like, oh, like yard work, like just a simple piece of yard work, like the pool or something has to get done. I'm just like, oh, like I'll do that another day. I was like, no, like
no one else.
If I keep pushing it off,
yeah,
it's not gonna be like he was always out there doing it because he had to. It's not that he wanted to. So that's one of the things I've really picked up on. And then just taking pictures of stuff. Like I was never big into taking pictures. And I don't know why. Just because I just like feels like it's so like odd to do it sometimes. Like he would always say, take pictures of the prefab shop I was working and of my school shop. And I was just like, I'm gonna look so weird going around taking pictures of electrical parts, like and it's hundreds of the same thing. So I was like, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna look weird. So I would like wait until there's no one around me and I would do it. And now it's like I just don't care. Like so now I go out of my way to take pictures, or I do my best to go take pictures, and then take selfies and stuff mainly. Which it's one of my favorite compliments whenever someone's like, if I'm at a big group at like prom and stuff, and they're like, oh, like you need someone to take a photo, like you can't do it. And I do it, and they're like, how do you know how to do that? Like, and I just love when they say that. Yeah. Like it brings me a little bit of joy when they say that.
Yeah, Daddy was a selfie master.
He really was. I remember we used to have a selfie stick. Never used it Never used it one time.
No.
He usually had those long arms.
Yeah.
And the right angles.
The right angle. That's right.
But yeah, I think that's the way I would best describe it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say, you know, when Danny talks about not being able to do school in the beginning, like he literally couldn't. So we had to get him support through the school, therapy, things like that. And we'll get to the therapy part in a little bit, but where I was going to go is that trauma on top of the grief
it's real.
It's real just by itself. And then you're dealing with the grief, but the trauma piece of it and what we went through and witnessed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which.
So
I was gonna say which is worse, but they both suck. But
yeah, so it was the trauma you said, and what was the other one? The grief. I feel like it would be the trauma.
Yeah,
because you're always grief. I feel like from the last time on, it won't go away anytime soon. The trauma, you're gonna have that for whoever knows how long. You know.
My therapist just told me that.
Exactly. Like, so it's one of those things where it's just like, I mean, my trauma was I was having nightmares for 2 months every single night afterwards. Couldn't sleep for 2 months or anything like that, going to bed at 3 a.m. Not for my phone, as Dad would always say, but all the time. But that was one of the biggest things I would say is the trauma, because it feels, I mean, we were saying this yesterday, it feels like it was a million years ago, but it feels like it wasn't. It feels like it was yesterday. Yeah. And it really does, just because of
today's 10 months.
On the dot. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was actually driving into Dorchester today, one man band, and then Around Here came on back to back as I came into the city.
Yeah. One man band's Emily and Dad's song.
Yes, I know that.
Round Here is just the greatest song of all time. Or one of them.
Top 20, I would say.
But I grew up with Daddy with that song.
Yes.
You know, literally drunk in backyards singing that song.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
What do you think is sort of the trauma or the grief side of it for you?
the trauma. I have no control over what my body does. You know, like I said, because of the scream that I heard,
It is a number on you.
whenever there's a loud noise that I'm not expecting, it brings me back to that moment. Not that I'm thinking I'm in the shower hearing the screech, but my body remembers what that feeling was like and it goes back to that.
Fight or flight.
And so I can't control my body. Like I was trying to drink a cup of tea after something fell and my hand was like shaking. My girlfriend was like, "Oh my gosh." And I had the conversation with my therapist today. You know, it just is going to take time. So I use fidget toys. If you don't have a fidget toy, get one. And I have to tell myself I'm safe and I will be okay. But it's going to take a lot of work. So yeah, for me personally, it's trauma.
Yeah, 100%.
But grief sucks too.
They both suck. They both suck.
They suck.
There's
All
not
right. We're just going to say they
so,
both
but
suck.
They both suck.
All right. How about the first few days or the weeks after? Was there something someone said that helped you, or that you remember that you think back on and say, you know, that was really kind, or that you still carry with you?
Yes. I would have to say this was probably first few weeks into school. I was in the transition room, and I mean, every day I was in there for the first few months was so tough.
Right.
Just going to school was tough. I would say that the teacher that was in there, which if you know you're watching this, you definitely know which person I'm talking about. You've been there all year for me. Said that I wasn't alone in it. I know so many people said it, but hearing it from someone who's not, I've known her since freshman year, but hadn't had any classes with since. So it wasn't like I was, a family member or anyone like that. It was just someone who was just watching this, who saw me 5 hours, 6 hours every day, 5 days a week.
I love that. And you know what I love about that, Danny, is that you were having such issues going to school, staying in school, couldn't do the schoolwork, you don't sleep, but you took away a positive from that experience alone. And that says a lot about you, because you could look back on that experience and say it was the worst, and you can't think of anything good that came out of that, and you just did. I love that about you.
Thank you.
I love that.
I haven't thought about that actually in a while.
Yeah.
Actually, that just came to me.
I
was
like that. I like that. Okay. Looking back 10 months in, what emotions come up for you?
10 months. I would say not shock. It's just shocking about it being 10 months and putting into the perspective as, wow, he hasn't been here in 10 months. It's, wow, I haven't gotten a fist bump from him in 10 months, or a hug, or haven't talked elevators with him in 10 months, or sat down and played a video game with him in 10 months. So that's what really does the number, is just thinking like, wow, like it's been that long, and it doesn't feel like, it feels like forever, but a different forever than the day it happened. Just because, I mean, you can talk about something every single day, and then you don't realize what it does when you don't do it for 10 months. I mean, I'm sure you can relate to that, Paul, but it's a very shocking thing where every single day you would come home knowing you're going to have this specific but different conversation every single day. And for the last 10 months, been absent.
Yeah.
And just strictly talking about elevators with them. Because, this family, we could talk about anything. Absolutely anything.
No, we don't.
But that's one of the big things that was one, like, for my emotions recently about that. I would have to say, is just everything that you're missing, like you're missing out on when a loved one passes away, I would say.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you feel 10 months out?
Oh goodness. Um, there's so many emotions. I
What
mean,
don't you feel?
yeah. I mean, for me, well, I miss him like crazy. I miss his hugs. I miss his touch.
He was one of the best huggers, I think.
I miss sending him my Wordle and getting back Wordle Queen, like silly things, silly things.
Yes.
Um, he just, I don't know, he just adored me, right?
Yes.
And I miss that feeling. I miss feeling loved by him.
Mhm.
I'm very loved. You guys do a
By an
great
all means.
job loving me. My support,
You have a great support group.
yeah, everyone loves me. It's not the
You have
same
dozens.
feeling.
And I'm lowballing at dozens, but
Yeah. It just doesn't feel the same. So I miss that. Just his overall presence.
his goofiness,
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just
So
just the random things. Like we're like some nights we'll just be up in your room talking and stuff, and then he comes out wearing like
Oh my God.
your leather jacket and stuff that you just bought and stuff, just
Oh, yeah.
because he can.
I'm like, don't stretch it.
I'm not. It's my size too. We
I
share
morph into these clothes.
Yes, that's what it was.
I
Yes.
don't know. And like it's so weird. So weird. But
That's
yeah.
the most randomest timings too, which was
What
the
was it?
best.
His body was a temple. He
His
would
body
say.
was a temple.
Well,
Yes.
that's a fucking lie.
What gave that away?
I don't know. I don't know. All right. So let's touch on senior year.
Yes.
Okay. We just talked a lot about elevators.
Mm-hmm.
You had a senior project that you had to do.
Yes. Yes. So
And you talk in your video that you and dad were going to start the senior project once we got back from California. So you were going to start it in September, August, September timeframe.
Mhm.
You were already thinking about the parts. Now your dad is dead. And you have to work on this. Tell me your thought process. And when did anything change for you? Did you go from I'm not going to do this project to oh, I'm doing this project?
So my first original thought was, way before anyone even said, "Hey, like you should change this project. Like, you can. It's not too late, even though it's like January." And I was like, "No, it's way too late. I've already submitted everything I needed." But it started off as, let's do this project. Like it can't be that difficult. Like it really can't. Like I know elevators. Like I know carpentry. I know like welding.
Yeah.
I know all of that. So I was like, it can't be that tough. Oh my God, I was wrong by a mile and a half. Mile and a half. So it started off as just building it. It was going good actually originally, and then I hit the fourth roadblock, and then the second, and then the third, and now I'm at probably at least 50 roadblocks, I would say.
Yeah.
And had to reach out to my wrestling coach who helped me out with the toughest part of the whole thing, which was the woodworking part of it. I'm a very good carpenter, but when it comes to a project that you don't know how to do it or where to put the supports and stuff, it makes it very difficult.
Yeah.
Um,
And to even call your coach, though, I will say, took a lot because
did.
you were determined. Again, it goes back to how you are. You're gritty, you're determined, you can do everything on your own.
Mhm.
That's pretty much the person
that
you are.
that is.
And you were going to work on it with dad, but when he couldn't work on it, you're like, fine, I'll work on it myself.
I can do it.
But then there came a time where you just knew you couldn't.
I knew I couldn't, and I knew that when wrestling season begins, you don't have a life on wrestling season. You are at the school up until I wouldn't get home until what, like 7, 8 o'clock at night. So I'm out of the house at 6. So I'm out of the house for 14, 15 hours Monday through Saturday. And even on some days, Sunday, there's tournaments. So you're busy until March. So I knew if I didn't get that part done beforehand, this project's not getting done. And I knew that. And I have a such a great bond with him that
Mm,
I
you
knew
do.
I knew I could reach out to him.
You
And
mentioned that he came home from a trip after Daddy
mhm,
died, and I didn't even know that till you said that
yeah,
in the video. But I remember seeing him here in the driveway.
hmm,
He he is family. He's a
yes,
wonderful. He has a wonderful family.
yes,
Wonderful man.
100%. Yes, he came down from. I didn't even know he was up in Maine, and I remember just sitting on the front lawn. And at this point, almost everyone's here. Like everyone's who's there is here. And then I just see a pickup truck going by, and his pickup truck has such an iconic look with a broken mirror on it. And I just see it. I was like, no, like I was like, I didn't text him. So, no, that's not him. And I see him coming up with his daughter, who I'm best friends with. And she brought me crumble, which if you know me, I love crumble. And that was actually the only thing I ate that whole day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then going back on topic, which was so we finished the project. We finished the shaft of it at least, which was around November we did it.
Mm,
And that's when I really hit the roadblock.
yeah.
After that was now it's elevator time. And that's when I did not think I was going to be able to finish it. I was saying it to myself and to everyone, oh, I'm going to finish this. Like, why wouldn't I?
But I was watching you, and I was like, he's
We,
not going to.
no.
So I reached out to Daddy's friend,
Hmm.
and I said, huh, I need help. Danny needs help. I don't know when he's going to need the help, but I need somebody to help him build this elevator. He cannot do it by himself.
No, I could not.
But what I did was I told you, gave you his number, because right away he was like, of course I will help. There's probably 20 guys that are going to line up to want to help you with your project.
100%.
And Pete showed up, but I left it up to you
Hmm.
when you were ready to call him, because
Yeah.
you had to get there yourself. And I'll be honest, I didn't know if you were going to get there.
Me neither. Because I was very determined that I was like, we have the parts and everything. I know I can figure it out.
But you procrastinated.
I procrastinated so much because all I wanted to do was build the elevator with him so bad. And then I would say right around beginning of January is when I started to turn that corner, and I was like, he's not coming back. And if I want to do this, I want to make him proud as
Yeah.
much as I can. So that's when I called him up. And I mean, if I think if you know me, any project I come up with, if I can go not just above and beyond, but overkill with that project, I will do it. Not thinking it's overkill.
You don't take after Dad at all.
So I gave him some crazy instructions on what I wanted to do, a vision that I had, that I was even just coming up with the spot, just looking around the shed, and I was like, this is what I want to do. I was like, listen, like, is this gonna be too tough? He was like, he chuckled and even said, absolutely not. This is so doable. And I was like, I did not think it was doable one bit. Not one bit. And then
Maybe at the end of this, we'll have to include the video of the
oh,
elevator.
I would love
So,
that.
okay.
I would love that.
I don't know if it can
Yes.
be done, but maybe we can get
can
it.
figure it out.
We can get it to her.
Hopefully.
Maybe my executive producer can take care of that.
But yeah, after it took me about 2 weeks to just turn the corner of even typing it out what I wanted to say to him in my notes, and another week of just debating if I wanted the help, if I wanted
I
to
know.
send it. And I remember I didn't even tell you that I was gonna send it. And I just came home that day and you asked me how it was school. I was like, I texted Pete today. And your face lit up. Your face lit up.
Well, because I could also see you turning a corner.
Yes.
We haven't gone into the angry part.
Nope.
We haven't got into, I mean, you were just surviving, right?
Yeah.
And
I was trying to get to the
we
next
can
day.
actually get into this because your grief was definitely different than the rest of ours.
100%.
And
100%.
and we can get into that. We'll get into that because
Yep.
I do find that must have been really lonely for you.
Mhm.
And it was hard for me to understand how you were grieving because I knew how I was grieving and your siblings matched how I was grieving.
Yeah.
And I know I wasn't always super supportive. So I'm sorry about that.
Don't know. So I feel like before dad died, and I would love your opinion on this. I feel like I was definitely closer to dad before he died than you.
Agreed.
I think, I mean, me and him had a lot more in common, I think, at the time, just sports, competitiveness, cooking, and then all that.
I cook.
Barbecue, I meant.
Okay, let's
Grilling. Um, like, I mean, anything I wanted to do, it was always,
with dad.
I knew I had to ask dad, like, hey, can I go use power tools right now? You would always say that's one of dad's questions,
Yeah.
And so after he died, we really got, I would say, a lot closer. Like you're one of my best friends, I would say. So
You're one of my favorite people.
oh, thank you. And sibling and kids, I know that, but we don't have to go there.
I'm not declaring favorite children.
Not denying it either, but that's fine. So um no, so that part was definitely tough. Yeah.
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 All right, so let's get into that.
Yeah, let's do
You're
it.
the only one left at home.
Yeah.
Your siblings, two of them are off at college, one's in the military.
Mhm. So that
What was
tough.
it like for you to be the only one at home?
So that it was extremely tough for me because you go from not just a party of six, but three of the closest people you're with.
Yeah.
I mean, all three of them I bond differently with, but bond very hard with and love very hard.
Agreed.
All like all different ways. Sunsets with one, gaming with the other, and then just craziness with the last one, the Marines. And
We won't go there.
we won't go there. That the whole different episode for that one, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
But you go from that to now just me and my sister, and then just myself now.
Yeah.
So that part was tough,
Yeah.
extremely tough, because I went from, 2 weeks we were for 2.5 weeks, everyone was home, and it was tough, but we made the most of it, I think. Like
We always do.
100%. But I just mean, like, we didn't know how long we had with Matt and everything, or like how long Tim was gonna stay up here and stuff
Right.
before he had to go down for sports. So they all like left in like a 3-day period or whatever, like very close to 3 or 4 day period, I think, give or
Yeah,
take.
most of them, yeah.
So it went from 4 to just 1 real quick. So that was extremely tough for me, especially knowing just like
Well, and we're grieving and the trauma.
exactly. And then knowing, okay, like Matt's off doing something he enjoys, Timmy's enjoying a sport that he's grown up playing, and Emily's off doing a sport she loves. And the things I loved, I just hated with a passion
Right.
at that moment. So that was extremely tough for me, just seeing like, from my point of view, since I didn't really see them grieving, from my point of view, it felt like they were off doing like
Right. They
their
left
stuff
us.
they left us.
We definitely had
They-
moments where it was like,
How
what
is
the
this?
fuck?
Yeah.
How is it just the two of us doing all of this?
Like with the quietness and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So from my point of view, it was just they left us. Now they were off doing sports that they love with friends they love, and I was struggling with some of the friends in school and everything. So
Right.
that's what made it tough. Was like I don't like my sports. I don't like it was polar opposite.
But they were also struggling.
One from yes,
But from your
my perspective,
yes, exactly. And we're at Danny's perspective,
Yep.
so I will give him that.
one and in hindsight, I knew they were grieving in their own ways, but from my point of view, I was just like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, that was a very tough moment in life for me, I would say.
We also talk about the responsibility around the house, right?
Mhm.
You talk about you can't walk by the dishwasher, you have to take the trash out. I mean, we had massive amounts of sno. You had to make sure the
Oh my
generator
God.
worked. You had to
forgot
make
about
sure that
that.
the snow blower worked, right? You were out there snow blowing for hours upon hours upon hours, right?
Mhm.
So does that responsibility ever feel heavy for you?
At moments, it can, just because especially during the blizzard, for an example, like when it was just us, it was only us. And yes, we have people who are close to us that I knew if I needed help could help me, but couldn't because of the weather. So I knew it was on me just because one day, the first blizzard we had this year, snowblower was binding up. It can't start up because of the ice.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I can fix that. That's easy. Stressing out a little bit about the snow now. I just fixed a generator that me and Dad worked on for 3 years to figure it out. It's $10 part. 3 years. I think I was so happy that day. I told you how happy I was, and I think the day before I finally fixed it, I was pumped, filled it up with like a few gallons of gas, so happy to go into the shed and see that it was broken again.
Yeah.
The part I did didn't work, and that there was gallons of gas on the wooden floor during a massive blizzard as the snowblower was not working. So I'm freaking out, and how to get that out, how to pick all that up, and then on top of that, still figure out what's wrong with the snowblower,
Yeah.
and then snowblower on top of everything.
Yeah.
And then like I remember there was like some moments where you're just like saying like when I told you I had to fill up the gas tanks and everything, like you don't have to do it. I was like, I know I don't have to, but I have to, because so one of the last things I said to Dad was like, like I know it's not up to me, but like I'll make sure we're okay. Like, and I know it's not up to me; it's all up to everyone, and we're doing pretty good. But in that moment, I was just like, I knew it was just gonna be us, so I was like, it'll be okay. Like, I got her. So when you said I didn't have to do that, I knew if he was here, every snowstorm he would have me fill up the gas tanks and everything. So I knew what he would have expected. And all because he's not here doesn't mean I have to fall short of those expectations. And I knew I would beat myself up if we needed that gas and I didn't get it because I didn't want to for a 5-minute job. So that's one of the like more difficult things, is just like knowing like there's a dozen things that have to get done, but you're only one person. So that was the tough part about it in the wintertime. And especially the big one when the snow was like 40 inches and the driveway didn't get cleared, and I was not happy. I was not happy because if Dad was here, he'd be like, oh, like driveway has to get cleared, and then you said to me, but he's not. So why do we have like, this is up to us. We don't have to do it how Dad likes it. We can do it how we like it. And I like paused for a second. I was like,
you liked my way now.
I was like, oh crap, like that's true. Like we always left the house at different times and stuff and came home at different times.
There would be Dad clean, and then there'd be like normal clean, right? so like,
yes,
you'd ask like, is it Dad clean? And you're like, no,
it's never Dad clean.
So that's what I was saying outside, was like, he's not here. It does not need to be Mark or Dad perfect. It just needs to be good enough to get a freaking car out.
Exactly.
Or have Nana be able to walk to her car. It did not need to be perfect.
No.
But who had fun out there?
We had a lot of fun, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We shoveled, and then after we went sledding and everything.
Yeah. Dance party outside in the snow.
Yes. Oh my God.
My queen's chair.
Oh my God. That was a lot of fun. Like all the snowstorms we had going up, it would always end with a snow fight. And this is the first year it didn't, but the way it ended, I really enjoyed that a lot more than the snow fights, I would say.
So you know what's interesting is during snowstorms, you guys would all go off, go sledding, get to enjoy the weather, but I would have to continue to work. I mean, my job didn't shut down, right? So I never got to do any of that fun stuff that you guys got to do, unless it was on a weekend, and then I could go sledding. But if it was during the week, I was working.
Yes.
And so when those snowstorms hit, and Matt, my friend, said, you should go sledding and drink some hot chocolate. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go sledding. And so thanks, Matt. That was a great idea. And I got to go sledding with Danny.
Over at those at sledding hills, the BSU hills,
I broken my tailbone, but we had a laugh.
Oh my God. That was a really, it could have been a tough day for like, I mean, I feel like the first thing, like the first you do
seasons
without him, it's so tough.
Yeah.
Even the simplest things. I mean, just like changing out a stupid air filter for the cooling and heating in this house was tough for me. Not because I didn't know where it was or anything, because he wasn't there with me. And it takes 2 minutes
Yeah.
and that was tough, let alone doing a shoveling driveway, which, I
Right.
mean, I remember when I was knee high helping him out, shoveling
Right.
the coals and stuff. That was my job, you know?
Well, you know how much I appreciate you and all that you do around here, right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I love you.
Love you more.
Not even possible. Not even possible. All right. So let's talk about me and my grieving.
Yeah.
What's it been like watching me grieve?
From day one, or when you like actually started to grieve, like when like
You tell
when
me. I'm asking
so
you. What have you seen, I guess, over the last 10 months?
so starting from day one, like right when we came home from the hospital, I did not know where any of us were gonna be physically and emotionally and
Mm,
mentally, especially you, because we were all. I mean, at the time it was just me, you, and em. Me and em were just crying, but I remember you sitting at the table just saying, "I can't do this. Like, why did you leave? Like, I can't do this without you and stuff." And that's what scared the shit out of me the most at the moment, because it scared me a lot. Like, because I knew as he was dying, I told him, I was like, "You don't have to worry." Like, I said that countless times to him, but I just, if you're leaving this world, I don't want you to leave while worrying,
mm-hmm.
And I knew if you know, obviously he was already dead and everything, but if he was barely alive, he would be worrying about that, because that was him. So when you were doing that, I was like, I don't know where you're gonna be from a year from now, let alone 2 months from now. And I mean, we saw each other at very low moments at some points, like Matt going to Cali for the first time. That was very tough for me to see. It's very tough for you as a mom, and it was just tough for me because I'm not the best when someone's sad. I'm not the best when it comes to that stuff. Like, I know, because like I don't know if oh, if I should hug them right now, if I should do this or this. So when you was just so sad, we were with the Whitings, you were just so sad, and I was like, I don't know exactly what to do, because like Biddy's next to you, and I was like, okay, like you got this, like. And then we get to around Christmas.
Okay.
Could have been, I mean, wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, sandy beaches do that to you, I guess, but
They don't suck.
they don't suck, and if they suck, it's
We'll
not as
do a
bad as
whole
that.
episode
Yep.
on how to get through the first, or how we got through the first.
Yes.
We're not saying it's right, but I did escape to visit my son Matthew, who's in the Marines. I couldn't do Christmas without Mark and Matt. So,
I don't think any of us could.
yeah, so I took
To
us
Matt was stationed.
to where Matt was stationed,
Yep.
and enjoyed Christmas with him.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that was.
I think I had fun,
Oh my God! I mean, how can you not?
which is
So
weird, right? Because
it feels
your
weird.
husband's dead,
Not
but
even. Yeah.
we're still having fun,
Still
and we
living
all
life.
talked about that.
Yes.
But okay, but we declared our family motto.
Get busy living.
Yes.
Get busy living.
Did you stand behind that?
Oh, 100%. I mean, think about it. If I wasn't getting busy living, I wouldn't have finished that elevator.
I know,
I
babe.
wouldn't have done.
I know.
Really anything.
So for me,
Yep.
I truly felt get busy living.
You embraced that.
Okay.
You embraced that.
You must have seen changes in me than I was
Oh my God.
before Dad dying to after Dad dying.
Huge. Like, huge.
Like what?
So, for an example, years ago we went parasailing, and it was tough for you to get on the boat.
You were so
You didn't want to go on the boat, and
I wasn't gonna go.
you weren't even gonna go up in the air, but you didn't want to go on the boat in general, which, I mean, you still went into me, you went up, which I love that. But so before he died, it was even tough for you to just face your fears, but even though you weren't doing the fear itself. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So then comes December after Dad dies, and I mean, we go ziplining, which is so out of your comfort zone. I mean, by a mile and walk 5,000. What is walk 500 miles or 5,000 miles? That's you. Like that's way out of your comfort zone. And if I'm a gambling man, I wouldn't put money on you doing that. Like if you told me a year ago today, hey, I'm gonna go ziplining and I'm gonna jump up a platform, I would genuinely think you were crazy, and that I would never see that day come. And you did it like a boss. You did like you were scared at doing it all the time. Like do all what was like 6 times we did it, but you did it 6 different times. And
I cried each time, but I did it.
Which I think that's even more impressive though, because yeah, if you're scared, like not scared, terrified, I would say, is that the right word to use?
I was
Terrified to do something and then do it 6 different times and then jump from the platform. That's 7 different things, all different heights, all different lengths, all different speeds. That's you got a few like loose bolts up there, I think. Like that's just
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate
that's very
you.
impressive,
I
very resilient, I would say, because it's shown that you've grown a lot from even beforehand. Because I mean,
I want to live.
and
I want to feel life.
and you've been doing that to the fullest, I would say. I mean, you didn't want to get on a boat to see us go up in the air, and now you're jumping. You did it 7 different times essentially.
Yeah.
So that's pretty badass, I think. So yeah, of course. So that's one of the biggest things, and then especially now, I would say is staying a little bit later at work when you have to and stuff like that. Like I know tomorrow you have to stay late and stuff, and I think that's very impressive considering
what do you mean? That I stay late at work now, or
later at work, or no, it's like hold on, let me think of my words. It's having not taking it. You take it very seriously, but you know how to separate it easier now. I feel like than a year ago from now. Because before it was always you would work, get home a little bit late, I would say, and then you would still always want, like, not to want, but you would do the work. And no hate on that, it's work, you had to do it. But now it's, you have to take that step back. So I give you a lot of props for that because I know it's probably sometimes tough for you knowing this has to get done, but if you do it, it will or could affect your mental health, and then your progress will go down and everything like that. So I've seen a lot of growth in that, I would say.
Thanks, Danny.
I think that's like one of the biggest ones, I would say, because I remember like being like little and like, we would like me, the sibs, and then dad would be in the kitchen and we would like wait for you, and so we were like bored and stuff. But now it's just like you're just like, yeah, like I can't do it today, but I might be able to do it tomorrow, and you do it like a beast. And I love that. It's very impressive. I think it's more impressive than someone who can go out and just say, oh, I've worked 80, 90 hours, I think from that point of view, it's extremely impressive. Very resilient.
My work-life balance has changed.
Yes, 100%. But yet you're still getting shit done. Like
thanks, Danny. I have a long way to go, but I'm trying.
Hey, baby steps.
Is there anything you wish that I've done differently over the past 10 months?
I don't think so.
Are you worried about me?
No, absolutely not. I can say that with confidence. But no, I mean, we both had to kind of learn how to talk to each other, I would say, because I mean, I kind of like to bust balls a lot, I would say. Definitely dad's kid.
I do not like that.
And I would say since around December, I've taken a large step, or I've tried to take a large step back from that with you. I
don't like
you don't like
make
it.
fun of. I don't like sarcasm.
No, and you hate it, and that's so fine. But it took me a while to just pick that up, I think, just because it's in my blood.
I had to train your father too. Don't worry
Oh
about
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. I mean, you trained me a lot quicker than he, I think. So it took me a few months. It took him 35 years. So, like.
No. He got it way before that. Way before that.
But yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
I didn't know some of those things.
Oh yeah. I mean, I picked up on it. I mean, for example, like you learned real quick that I sometimes like to just rant and not come up with a solution and
Ooh,
stuff.
that was hard for me.
It was like I would come
I would
home.
want to solve this.
You would want to solve it and stuff, and I would just be
We
like,
had a long conversation about it.
We did, and it was
You were
like,
actually
listen
mad.
to Ho.
You were actually mad at me
Yes.
one time because you were ranting and I was trying to solve it. I was like, well, just do this or whatever. And then you walked away from me and I thought, hold on. He's not walking away feeling good with this conversation. And I went to you and I said,
We met up afterwards, actually, mutually. Like, I went in your room and you called me in, yeah.
Yeah, and I said, I think you're just ranting and just need me to listen. You actually don't want me to solve this. Is that right? And you said, yes. And I said, I will just listen to you from now on. You can rant and I will not try to solve it unless you ask for my help.
And you've done a really good job with that, I would say. So.
Well, I listened to you. I love you so much. And I want to make sure I'm supporting you.
And that's why there's nothing I would want to change from the last 10 months.
We've learned a lot.
We've both done really good with that is when one of us says anything like that, we listen and we don't judge. But
we probably did.
Oh, yeah. But so we would listen to each other, and that's why I wouldn't change anything just because, I mean, we did, I think we did and all doing such a great job at listening. So that's why I wouldn't change anything about the last 10 months.
I agree.
So I think, I mean, you spend hours only with us every single day. You get to learn each other real quick, if one's more tired that night than others and stuff like that. So you learn quick, yeah.
All right. So can we now move on to like therapy and healing? Okay. All right. Okay. I had a few after dad died. Okay. So we have the services and then I have a few jobs that I need to do. One of them is to make sure we continue to have health benefits. So I have to fill out all those forms. Another was to make sure what money do we have coming in and what bills. And that's a whole nother episode. Death as a business. That's going to be one.
Good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Sucks, but it's a good one.
But then the other one was the mental health piece of it. And my work was amazing in the fact that they have these programs and they help you find therapists. And I didn't have to try to go through thousands of people. My work had found people that were available and ready to see us when and if we needed it. But I was very adamant that we were all going to go to therapy.
Which was a great call. But I will say, though.
The process, though, because I connected with my therapist right away,
instantly.
Like off the bat, right?
Yes.
And I just felt so seen and supported and connected. You, though, my friend, did
kind of
not.
Total opposite.
Yeah.
So before I say that, I will say
you could have quit therapy too after your experience.
Instantly. So I've had 3 therapists. The first one I had was right before COVID, or like actually during COVID, I think. Hated that therapist. It wasn't for me. So I don't know if you know this or not, but since it was during the summertime, that's why I picked the Zoom calls. I didn't like Zoom, but I knew if I picked Zoom, I could leave about 20 minutes audio on the calls. And
did you guys just see me react? I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. So I never liked it because
interesting.
I just wasn't a big fan of it. Feel like I couldn't open up to him and stuff. So anytime he's like, hey, how's it going? I was like, it's going awesome. Are you kidding me? I'm doing a triathlon soon. I'm doing this.
So you didn't like the first therapist.
And then
years ago,
yep. And then after dad died, the therapist I had, I just was not a fan.
Couldn't connect with.
I just couldn't connect.
Right.
She does great work, just couldn't connect.
So you could have given up at that point.
Instantly. I will say though, she definitely 100% helped me with my sleeping though.
Okay.
So she played a huge role in that with some techniques, which I used those techniques, I mean, for months afterwards, and that really helped me with getting through it.
Okay. So again, something positive out of an experience that you didn't love.
I mean, you saw me like the last day that I could have gone, but I was like,
I didn't let you. I was like,
no,
don't go.
No, I was like on the couch, like in tears. I was like, I can't go. Like,
so
hated it.
then I let you not go for a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But then what was happening was I was getting text messages. Can you dismiss me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you dismiss me? Can you dismiss me? Can I stay home? And I was tired. I was grieving. I was like, okay. And so I would I would dismiss you or allow you to stay home. And then one day I was like, no, you are safe. It killed me. It crushed me.
I know it did.
But I was like, no, you need to stay the full day, go to the transition room, go to the bathroom. You are safe. You're going to be fine. Mm-hmm. And that killed me as a parent. But then what I did was he looked for a unicorn. He wanted
a unicorn's an understatement.
A male therapist that has worked with people in the trades.
And then worked with his hands.
And wasn't on Zoom. I was like, are you kidding me? So I did procrastinate. I have to be honest. I procrastinated until that last day where I said to you, nope, you are staying. And then I said, Jen, you got to find this person.
I will say, I was not a fan of, when you went and dismissed me, but you did say use the bathroom, and I took advantage of that a lot, actually. And I was very happy I did, because it definitely helped a lot. So
that's good. Mm-hmm. That's good. So Psychology Today, I used that. You can do filters to get to your desired result. And I found 3 people. The first person I called and left a message with is actually the person that Danny is seeing. And they started to see each other just once in December. Danny was still struggling at this point. And then in January, you made a turning point after a few weeks with him.
Yes, a huge turning point, I would say.
I was seeing it.
I was feeling it.
And that is actually when you made the phone call to Pete to help you with the elevator. So you were definitely feeling it.
100%. And then, so before I felt just very alone, I would say, especially at night is when I really felt it, just because I was always afraid if I went to bed, I would hear the voices again and everything. So that was a very big deterrent for me. And then, so even me and my therapist would talk about that. Like, that's what we narrowed it down to, was at night. So it gave me tips on that and everything. And then after that, it was a huge turning point, I would say. Yeah.
To the point where you're doing so great. I am in awe of all that you've accomplished, how you look, how you present yourself. Your smile is real again.
And my laugh.
Your laugh. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. You're back to telling jokes. You're funny again. Like, you want to be funny.
Whoa, I wasn't funny before.
No.
I was very quiet for a few months.
You were. And that,
from a very talkative kid. Yes, I was angry for a while.
So you had 2 difficult experiences until you found the third.
Mm-hmm.
What is your advice?
Don't knock until you try it. And what I mean by that is, it's kind of like your taste buds. Taste buds, you don't fully know if you don't like something until you've tried it 7 different ways. Okay. So that is true for taste buds. So So fun fact, like, I don't like salmon. I've tried it countless times, like every single year, a few times. I don't like it. I tried it over my wrestling coach's house now. Absolutely loved it. So it really depends on who it is. And
I just
who
think you
does
like
it.
his cooking, but
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
But
More
no,
props to Jacob.
100%, 100%. But no, it's really all about just you're gonna find a connection.
Yeah.
You
Doesn't
really are.
happen right away.
Doesn't I mean it's like making friends. Yeah, you're gonna have some friends you like, but you're not gonna talk to them. It's like work friends and school friends. You're just there with them there, and then you gotta find that person who you're outside, like you can be outside of work or school with. So it's kind of like the therapist I have now. It's like I really connected with them compared to my last two.
Yeah.
Like those two wasn't a huge fan. For I couldn't even put my finger on it why, but him I connected instantly.
That's
Just
great.
I think it's mainly because with a therapist before, so, like would try to talk about the elevator and give me tips and everything on how to do it, and she had no idea
Right.
what it was. So it was just very frustrating at that point where I would get about 20 tips from 20 different people all in my shop, giving me the same ideas over and over. Now I'm hearing it from someone who doesn't know what she's talking. So that was a very
Yeah.
frustrating
Yeah,
point.
that would be frustrating.
Um,
So will you, as you enter into the workforce, are you going to try to keep up with therapy, or is it something that,
yes.
yeah,
So I've talked to him about it. I think I'm gonna take a little step back from it, like one every like 2 weeks or so or
I'm
something
going
like
every
that.
3 weeks
So
now.
yeah, exactly. So something like that because I don't think I need it every week now. Um, at a point I 100% needed it
A couple times a week if we could have.
if we could have.
I tease, you're grieving.
Oh no, but I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
100%. But now, yeah, I would say like at least at most like or like once every 2 weeks or something like that. So
All right.
mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. Therapy, healing, and trauma. We both give it therapy a thumbs up.
Thumbs up,
Thumbs
100%.
up.
Might not feel like it at first,
It's hard.
and
It's not
it's
easy
hard.
work, but you got to do it.
People think you just sit there and talk, but you do,
It's work.
but it is tough work.
Find
It's
a therapist.
it's really tough,
And
and
if you need
it's okay.
help,
You need it. It's okay.
Psychology Today. Check it out.
100%.
Plenty of resources you can filter.
And if you don't like the first one, it might take a few sessions, not just the
Don't give
first
up.
one. Don't give up because it will help talking it out.
Yeah.
You gotta like desensitize it, I guess,
Love
you know?
All right. We want to go into like a spicy type
Let's
of
do it.
conversation.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, let's talk about your mom dating.
Wait, what? Since when?
What was your first reaction when I started talking about dating?
So,
Oh, he's sitting back, folks. And yes, I do want to date. Mark is dead. I am not.
whoa, since when now?
He's never coming back. What was your first reaction when I started talking about dating? Or like hanging out with people?
Yes.
Or
So,
I never really said dating.
no. I think this is the first time you have, but I would say like
Because I'm not like dating.
no, hanging out, like like
Yeah.
so, like me personally, like I never busted your balls about it. I would say, like
Never.
I don't know if anyone has, but I at least didn't because one of the things I hated growing up was whenever I would be like, hey, like dad, or like I would like Tim or Matt would find out like, hey, like I'm gonna go like hang out with one of my friends. Nothing between us, just friends, and they would bust my balls about it all the time, and I didn't like that. So I was like, if I don't like it, and you definitely don't like sarcasm, you definitely wouldn't like that. And if I didn't like it, I don't like treat people how you want to be treated, you know?
Okay.
So
was it weird?
um no.
Okay.
I was happy you had someone you were comfortable to talk to and hang out with. So I was very happy on that point. And no, I didn't feel weird about it one bit. I was actually very happy that you were able to find someone that you were able to connect with like that. So I was very happy about that point of view, especially because there's like, I mean, I think we've talked about it before, but there's like such a stigma when it comes to it, and I think
Yeah,
that's
there is.
it's the stupidest thing ever. Like, yeah, you can be sad about someone dying, but why does there have to be a time frame for when you can hang out with someone or do
Folks,
something
he's
with them.
19. 19.
It makes no sense,
Yeah.
because you can't put a timeline on really anything. So why are you gonna put a timeline on that? Because I mean, you knew since day one he wasn't coming back. You knew that since day one, and I feel like that's very difficult for a lot of people to wrap their
Yeah,
heads around.
I wrapped my head around that right away. He
Oh,
was
right.
never coming back.
Mhm.
And I had promised him I would always take care of you guys. He was already gone at that point though, so I was like, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Um,
Oh wow, so that quick? Okay,
but
okay.
I was like, oh, he's never coming back. Like
Yeah.
I just witnessed this man die before me. He's
Yes.
never coming back. And I'm a
100%.
realist. I'm a realist. Like he's never coming back. So I wasn't thinking about anyone
Anything.
at
You
that
weren't
point,
thinking about
other
anything.
than
Us.
we need to move forward. We need to continue to move forward
Yes.
because what would dad want?
He would be BS right
Yeah.
now if we did not live
Yeah.
life. Oh,
What do you think dad would say about me
he would be
hanging
thrilled.
out?
He'd be thrilled. You kidding me? I mean,
While he's
well,
dead, though, right?
correction. He would bust your balls at first about it. He was like, the fuck? Like, wow, that quick? Like, some shit like that.
I haven't heard the fuck in like 10 months, Danny. Oh my God.
I think that's a pretty accurate thing of what he would say.
He would say, oh my gosh, I haven't heard that in 10 months. The fuck?
And then after, he would go up to you and give you a big hug and just be like, I'm just happy about it,
Oh.
So I feel like he would be he would ask so many questions about it and everything, but he would be so happy about it that you were able to live life.
Okay.
So he would be thrilled about that, I think, by a mile. And I remember, I said this a few months ago, is that in the summertime, before he died, this summer I felt like this was the summer that we all talked about, like, okay, if I die, this is what I want to happen, or this, And I feel like we've never really, actually had conversations about it beforehand. And I remember him saying that if he dies, he will haunt whoever it is. I remember that, but then he said, no, he wants you to find someone to be happy. And I remember you said you didn't remember him saying that.
I didn't.
But
because I remembered a few weeks before he died, I had said to him, if I die, I would want you to continue to love and find somebody and be happy with. But I was crying because I couldn't remember what he said back to me.
I remember that, and I felt so bad, but then it came to me that night that I was like, you didn't need to know what he said that day, because we all know, especially you, know what he would have wanted for you. I mean, he knows you so well. I mean, 35 years together, that happens, but, yeah, so you didn't need to hear him say it because you knew that, I feel like,
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, of course.
All right, now we're going to do a lightning round, okay?
Let's do it.
So just like...
What are the rules about this? Like, just quick? Let's do it.
Like quick, one word, short phrases.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What's Dad's favorite saying?
Oh my God. The fuck. That's the most recent one we've said,
Okay.
yeah.
What's a most marquee thing ever?
Super gluing coins onto people's things, I would say.
One thing Dad was always right about.
Footwork.
Oh.
Footwork,
okay.
Yep.
One thing Dad might have been wrong about.
Health.
His body wasn't
oh, I think that's a big one.
Sorry, that got a good reaction from me. Damn. Okay. What food reminds you of Dad?
Snickers and hot dogs.
Oh man, again, right? Like I know this is supposed to be quick, but like maybe if he gave them up a little bit sooner. Okay.
If he gave it up quick.
All right. Who gave better advice, me or Dad? I know your answer here.
Yeah, Dad.
Yeah. That's because they were just close.
I will say yours is a lot more logical and I needed it though. His is more trades and stuff,
Okay. One habit you inherited from Dad.
Jokes.
Okay, one that you inherited from me.
I would have to say, it's a tough one, I think. Like, Oh man. I know this is supposed to be lightning, but okay, that one caught me off guard, I think. Let's circle back to that one real quick. I'm gonna answer that, but hold
Damn.
on.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
want to say something dumb, you know.
You could never. You could never. All right. What would Daddy's walk-up song be?
Oh my God. What's that one song by
Lizzo?
yes, what is that one song? Hot as Hell, or what was Hot
Yeah,
as Hell, right? Is
I
that the
think
song?
so. I think
Yes,
so.
that would
Yeah,
be
yeah,
the
yeah.
song, or a Paul Revere, one of the two.
Oh,
That
good,
one, I
good
think Paul
one.
Revere would be the one,
That would
or
be
Guns
his
N' Roses.
favorite.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, yeah, or
yeah.
Guns N' Roses, but
I
Paul
know.
Revere, yeah.
I know. I know. He could pretty much walk up to anything.
If it's a real walk up, Paul Revere, backyard cornhole game, Lizzo,
Okay, okay. What was Dad's superpower?
MacGyver in
Oh,
an instant,
MacGyver.
MacGyver.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. Where Dad's at right now. However, whatever you believe in, right? Wherever he's
Yeah,
in.
yep.
All right. And if there's cornhole, who's his partner he's picking to be his partner?
Ooh,
Because we all know if he's here, who is it?
you in an instant,
But
in an
where he
instant.
is now, whatever we all believe in, what would it be?
So let me think about that. I think now I don't know if he was big into cornhole or not, and I think this might even catch you off guard. But I'm gonna say Duke. I think Duke
Ooh,
because I feel like
ooh.
I could be wrong, but I feel like they had a very good connection and everything.
Wow. Okay.
I didn't hear really any stories about him, but I remember growing up wearing
Wow.
like Duke golf hoodies
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And I mean,
Duke was a friend of ours that passed away. I want to say it's like 1996.
'98
No, it
May
didn't.
was it?
It wasn't 98. It was 96, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, '96. I'm sorry. Oh, okay, no, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we got married in 98,
Oh,
but
that yes, yes. I
Duke
know it
had
was late
died.
May.
Duke had died prior to that. But
Yes, yep.
yeah, that's a good pull
Right?
right
Yes.
there.
I
Okay.
mean,
All right, lightning round. Let's keep going. Describe Dad in one word.
oh my God, I've already said MacGyver, but I mean, selfie master. If I can't say MacGyver again,
Okay,
like
okay, okay. If Dad could send one text message right now, what would it say?
I'm so proud of you. I would say,
Oh,
well, you're
yeah.
doing so good.
I love that. I
But
love that.
going back to Duke real quick, out in the shed actually, he dad had a very old toolbox, and the two things that are taped up on it is his small code from his high school diploma, and then the newspaper cutout of Duke and the date.
So now you're gonna go
So,
out and check it out.
oh yeah, I know I want to say it was like May 25th or the 26th because I've seen it hundreds of
Yeah.
times, but I could be wrong about that. I
So
know it was
that's the
May.
golf tournament that
Yes.
we.
Yep.
Okay, okay,
Yep. I
okay,
knew that. Yeah.
okay. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
His family, if they watch this, will love to hear that because I say all the time, I don't care how long Mark has been dead. If it's 30 years from now, we still want to hear about it. And say if you had his prayer card and you saw it, we would want to know. Or if you had a silly story about him, we would want to know. So
Or see the
I am
coins, like.
thinking
Mhm.
when Duke's family hears his name,
Yeah, that
they're going to smile.
I really hope they do. Yeah, and I mean,
I hope you guys are watching it. We
I
love you.
hope love you guys.
All right. Closing questions?
Let's do it.
Okay. All right. What part of Dad do you see in yourself?
I already have an answer in my head. Just want to make sure I knew it. And you might, yeah, I think you might know this, but I mean, I gotta say my guy for this.
Yeah, totally.
I gotta say.
Totally.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. What do you think Dad would be most proud of today?
In general, or for me,
You can pick. It's your question.
um, I would say if he was here for me, like I would say graduating high school, but I know he would say that he had no doubt. I know he would have said that. Um, in general, though, I would say the way we've all been doing in the
I agree.
last 10 months. I would have to say that though for all
I
of
think
us.
he's
Yeah,
really proud of that.
by a mile,
And he wants us to keep going,
one hundred
get
percent.
busy living.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For the people, whoever's listening, I don't know who you are or if you're even listening, but What should their takeaway from your story be?
Grief takes many different forms, and it comes in waves.
That's for sure.
It is okay to ride that high for 2 months and then sink real quick, because that's grief. It's gonna happen, and it's okay to cry. Okay to cry, I would say, you know? Mm-hmm.
So I've named my podcast The Climb, Life After Loss. And I have told you guys since day one, pretty much since Dad died, that I'm climbing, that I was built for the climb. What does the climb mean to you?
What the climb means to me, for me personally, it would be like my own climb.
Yeah.
It would be still pursuing my dreams. Still pursuing my dreams, because even though he's not here, he would be rolling in his box right now if he knew I gave up on my dreams, on whatever dreams I had. He would be pissed if I gave those up because he's not here. If he was still here, keep climbing. Or because they're not here, you can still make them damn proud, that's for sure.
And make yourself proud too.
Exactly.
Keep climbing. Last question. Close it out.
Let's hear it.
If Dad could hear this conversation today, what would you want to say to him?
I mean, this is going to sound obvious, but obviously miss you right away. And then ask how's it going, what he sees. And then lastly, nice fist bump hug and then a nice sleep tight, you know?
Yeah.
I think that would be right on the couch with a nice sports game going on, you know? I think, yeah, that I would want. And then, of course, ask him one or two things about an elevator, but... but, yeah.
I love that.
What about you? I'm curious.
Oh, my gosh. So if Dad could hear this conversation,
yeah,
what?
Like, if he came right into here, what would you say?
Oh, you got me. Just how much I miss him. And I love him forever. Just making sure he feels okay.
Yeah.
And that he knows that I'll be okay. And that I got you guys. And reassure him.
Yeah. And we both know.
And then I would tell him he was an ass. Just kidding.
I second that.
I'm just kidding. We don't swear at each other, so I was just teasing.
No.
I had to stop crying. No, that I miss him and I love him so much. That's obvious. But I would want to know what he's feeling and what it's like and what he sees. And then I got you guys.
Yes.
Thanks for sitting with me today.
This was a lot of fun. I can't wait for the next podcast we do.
Ooh. Stay tuned. We're going to do a family one where I was going to say all 6 of us sit down, but if you see Mark here, then I've been wrong this whole time.
We could bring the box in.
Ooh, we could bring in his ashes.
We could interview him, and it's your audiences, you know?
Okay, we'll see. Stay tuned. That's down the road, but as you can see, this guy, he's pretty awesome. I'm going to keep him, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Mama. So proud of you.
I love you.
Love you more.
Not possible. So keep going, keep climbing, and until next time, get busy living.
Get busy living. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Welcome to the climb.